another tutorial, this time on Zbrush and specifically on Fibermesh, and how to create this blown in the wind hairstyle. First of all, I would like to take the time and apologize for two things. One, I may have had one too many drinks when recording this video, so I messed up the settings and we have this annoying white border, but since it's not that essential for what we're about to learn, I decided not to re-record the video. Second, I know I haven't been doing that much videos for the past couple of weeks, but I've been swamped. I've been working with a couple of clients simultaneously. And a good thing though, there are some interesting topics that we can cover in this channel as tutorials later on. So, silver lining there. This is base mesh that I've downloaded from TubeSquid. It's free and it's just for the purposes of this tutorial. I've created some kind of an Under Armour using panel loops, just so it's not bare naked, just so it has some resemblance. And since we're going to do this blowing in the wind superhero, I thought that she will be flying in her costume, looking up or something like that. Anyway, so first of all, let's select the head, and it came up with a lot of polygroups, the base mesh, so I will just group everything. And just to be easier for you, I'll go to the lowest subdivision and press Ctrl W to group all. I will hide the fingers, isolate them, split hidden, and now we have the head on our separate subtool. So what we're gonna do is we wanna start doing our own polygroups, so when we grow our fibers, it's not messy to work with. So I will isolate with the select lasso just the top part of the head, and I can grow it like this from this polygroup, but it's still going to be harder. And my motto when working in any application is do the shit so it can be easier for you. So right now we're going to split them to 4 or 6 polygroups. I think I started with 4 and decided to just go for 8. I don't know, I don't remember anymore, but let's see. Yeah, I just grouped up 1, and here I try poorly to isolate 1/2 of this polygroup with symmetry on that, and this will not work very well for me, so I just turn off symmetry off, and now we have it. Now we do the same on the bottom part of the head, and now we have these 4 polygroups, and when we grow fibers it will be from 4 different polygroups. Using the mask by polygroups modifier on the brush settings, it will be easier. I decide to go even higher and go for 8 different polygroups, and even if we decide to split them after that in different subtools, we can just go to split and group split, and it will be easier to render and to work on. Anyway, I've moved up to the high subdivision, which is ridiculously high for this mesh, but anyway, I isolate the groups and I mask them. Then we go to the fibers and we'll select the standard 160 fibers. In this video I do not cover how the fibers work in the modifiers, but the one thing that I want to emphasize on is work on gravity -1, just so you can see the fibers outside of your hair. I go to accept and switch to fibers. I turn off solo and I work only with the head and the fibers on. Now if we go to polyframe, which is Shift F, we can see that we have different polygroup for every section of the mask that we created, and this will be much easier. I go to the Groom bow brush, which is BGH, and I turn off my mask by polygroups to 100%, and I start doing this spaghetti like balls on the head, just so it's easier for me to isolate them, because you'll see no matter how many times I do it, I always get these row hairs that you can see, the green ones. And maybe there is a way around this, I don't know of it, but it's not a problem for me. I will just do all the balls to get, I would just like curve all the balls of the different polygroups and then isolate them, invert the selection, and delete hidden. So this is the last ball that I've made. Now we start to select the actual hair that we'll need and hide it. Now something is not working for me, so I just say fuck it and go over again. And don't be afraid to go over again. In Zbrush you will always have to redo stuff, so don't hold to precious things like 2 minutes of Fibermesh curling. Anyway, so I hide all of them and I invert the selection. And now after I invert the selection, I'll just go to delete hidden, and now we have very tidy mesh of the fibers. And now we can go to our other brush that we'll use, that is Groom long, which is BGL, I think, yeah. And we'll start with our mask by polygroups at 100%. We will start creating the base shape of our hairstyle, which will be the one that we showed you in the render in the beginning of the video. So now this side of polygroups we just like cover on top, so it has better coverage and the illusion of much more hairs that we actually generate. And you will get used to it by working on it. The most important thing with it is to know that the more next to the root you start stroking the brush, the more harder the stroke will be. I switched to the turbulence Groom brush and I just give it some waviness, which is basically what the turbulence brush does. Just be careful with it because it may mess up the mesh too much. Now I exit polyframe mode and I just BPR the whole head and hair, and the result, as you can see, is pretty decent. Now in the render that we showed you, we have this shaven part on the side of the head, so let's do this. We'll go back to the subdivision 1 and we will select everything about the ear, basically where the shaven part will be, and I'll create just one part of it. For the purpose of this tutorial we don't need 2 parts of head shaving, but yeah, let's group this above the ear, go 2 or 3 subdivisions up just to see how it looks, and if it's good, we can select it and invert the selection, show all and invert selection, and grow Fibermesh. Now here I can see from this moment that I've made a terrible mistake that I will rectify in the near future. And as you can see, I'm not on the highest subdivision level, and right now even though I render it with the false hope that something will change, nothing will change. We need to be on a higher subdivision level for this to work. So now it kind of dawns on me, so I go to the 7th subdivision level, and sorry, Facebook. And now what I do is I will create basically the same fiber mesh that I did. It's length 1 and gravity 0, and now we have this close cut to the hair. Now you can mask something just to make it more realistic. I want for this tutorial, and let's render it to see how it works. I think it will work good. Yeah, it works actually it works really good, so that's kind of good enough for us, I think. So yeah, now I will just like get eyes into it, and I will put the eyes into it and get the color from the Under Armour and render it again for the final render. I actually really like what we created here, so I will modify the fibers a bit. I will resculpt the face, maybe do the armor all over again. I'll pose it, and I hope very soon you will be able to see this sculpt in full size and full now the glory on my Artstation, the link to which you can find in the description down below the video, as well as you can follow me on Twitter or like me on Facebook. It's basically, it will have the same effect. You will stay tuned for when the new stuff comes online. I really hope you enjoyed this quick tutorial. There ain't that much videos on YouTube on Fibermesh and grooming brushes, so I think it might be helpful to some people. Certainly there is a lot more to cover that I will try to do in future videos. Next on, I think I will concentrate on continuing our online course on forging our very own lightsaber that you can find on my channel. Thanks for watching. Remember to share, like, comment and subscribe. Thank you guys. See ya.